Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 11 of the Rebuttal. Man, it's been a long season. Still ain't lost yet. I am your host, Robby A. Shaw, and today with me is my friend Carlton, a.k.a. CP, who joined me a few weeks ago to talk about the Titans and the Steelers. He is back this week to talk about the Jaguars and the Steelers. CP, how are you doing today, man?
Yo, what up, man? Thanks for having me back on. Yeah, man, it was a tough one against y'all last time, so I'll be humble and I bow down this time. But hey, we'll talk about it another time. Yeah.
But so I'm gonna take a few minutes to just do a little Steelers appreciation. I just want to run through a few things from this season. We are now 9-0. The only undefeated team in the NFL. As a Steelers fan or a fan of football, it's good to appreciate for a second the Steelers are 9-0, and they have never been 9-0 in franchise history. So in the year of 2020, with all the things going crazy, the Steelers have actually gone crazy in a good way. 4 wins on the road, 5 wins at home. I did want to say that because I know last time we spoke, CP, the Steelers have played most of their games at home, and then they went to play you guys on the road. We played Baltimore on the road. We went to play Dallas on the road. 3 big games, 3 wins. If you look at the games before that and after that, the game at home against Cleveland and the game at home against Cincinnati that we're going to get into a little bit later, the Steelers did a much better job in those games, and they were both blowouts, the most points we've scored all season long. So it's really funny to see how that goes and how that will tie into this week's game against Jacksonville Jaguars. I did want to mention that the last 3 times the Steelers have played the Jaguars, they have lost 2 of those games. They lost in 2017, 30-9. They lost 45-42 in a heartbreak AFC divisional round game that still haunts me with Blake Bortles at the helm. I don't understand how that happened. And then the last time we played them back in 2018, in Jacksonville, we beat them 20-16. Getting into this week's game against Jacksonville, Carlton, I don't know if you watched the Jacksonville game last week. I do know I saw clips of it, and there was a few times where they were actually beating the Packers. But do you have anything to add to that?
Man, honestly, the old saying, on any given Sunday. And I feel like that can apply to any team on any Sunday. Throw the records out the way. This could be, like you said, y'all have the history with Jacksonville leading the way. If you think about it, the last 2 times y'all lost to them, of course, it's not the same Jacksonville team. Definitely not the same Jacksonville defense. But like I say, any given Sunday, you guys should walk down to Jacksonville, Florida, go in the locker room, go on the field for about 10 minutes, win the game, and come back in and go home and get ready for Baltimore on Thursday. It's just hard to have your focus on Jacksonville when you know who you have on Thursday.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure they've been licking their chops to get back at y'all.
Yeah. It's crazy because Jacksonville actually looked like they were going to beat the Packers. They had a touchdown run back for
in Green Bay.
In Green Bay. They came to play that game, and they ended up losing, I think, by like 4 or 7, something like that. To recap the Steelers game from last week, we played the Cincinnati Bengals in Pittsburgh. Like I said earlier, the last 2 games that we've had at home have been really good games for us. We ended up winning this one 36-10 on the strength of our special teams, our defense, and our quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger, who threw for 300-plus yards. I think it was 333 and 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. The same formula we've had all year: do not turn the ball over, but get turnovers. We got 2 more. We started off the game kind of slow. We got our first field goal off of a fumble. We got our first touchdown off of a fumble. So the Steelers defense stepped up big there. We were up 12-0 and really never looked back after that. Deontay Johnson caught 6 balls for 116 yards and 1 touchdown. And it's pick your poison with the Steelers. If you want to double Juju and take him out of the game, that's cool. Like I've said this before, you want to take Claypool out the game. We got guys outside that can go get the ball. And our defense is good enough that you are going to have to put up points to beat us. You're not going to be able to kick field goals 1-for-1 with us, because eventually our offense is going to get going like they've done every game this season. Crazy thing about this game, the Bengals got no third down conversions. Every time they got to third down, they ended up punting the ball, which I'd have never seen happen ever. And it was almost as if the Steelers were so happy to be home that they came home and said, we're going to put on a show because they've been on the road for so many games. They came home, they put on a show. They win the game 36-10. They're 9-0, number one seed in the AFC and in the AFC North. So that brings us to this game against Jacksonville. We already talked about it. The last 3 times they played, Jacksonville has beaten us twice of the last 3. The funny thing is, just a weird thing I just noticed, is that the one game we won was in Jacksonville. The 2 games they beat us were in Pittsburgh. So just going based on that, we're in Jacksonville this week. We have a really good chance to win this game. So, Carlton, what do you think the Jacksonville Jaguars need to do to give a chance to beat the Steelers this week?
Go to Saturday Mass or Sunday Mass before the game. That's all I can think about doing. That's it. No, honestly, if the same Jacksonville Jaguars that showed up last Sunday show up this Sunday, I suggest y'all not look towards Baltimore first, especially on the defensive side with the Jaguars defense going against you guys' offense. I do agree with you that the Steelers offense has been clicking. You know what I'm saying? If you want to double Juju or you want to try to take Claypool away, you guys have other options. And I can't cheer for y'all. I cannot cheer for y'all. It's against every code ethic in me. But what I can see is that you guys are having this success without having that good running game you have for like the first 5 or 6 games.
Yep.
So for the last 4 games, you guys have been throwing the hell out the ball. Yep. And, James Conner has just been sitting there like, hey, don't forget about me too. And you guys get tendencies where y'all do that, where some will start clicking, especially when the passing game is clicking, and that's what you stay with. You just go passing. Yeah. I suggest that you guys go back to the running game against the Jaguars because they proved up until the last 5 to 6 minutes of that fourth quarter against Green Bay, they pretty much had their receivers in check. Mm-hmm. And then like a couple slip here, a couple slip there. Devontae has to get touchdown, come back in, make a turnover. They get another touchdown, ball game. Yeah. Like you said before, Jacksonville had the lead.
They did.
Won the game.
Yep.
But like I said, just not having that good of a defense like I had past cost them. But I can see them doing the same thing to you guys because they're going to get up for it. Yeah. They know what's coming. They're going to be up for it. So I feel like to have a chance, the secondary has to step up again. Their linebackers have to step up again. I know they're playing with a backup quarterback, but I did watch a couple series in that game, and he did look good. He looked good to the point where the Packers had to start blitzing. Oh, wow. I don't know if you pay attention to the game enough, but the times that I did, they had to start blitzing because there was a chance that they stopped the Packers and coming down the field. Yeah. The Packers stopped them. They was going to move out of the field to kick a field goal to win the game. So the Jags need to contain the air pass, contain Roethlisberger, try their best to contain all you guys wide receivers. Like you said, any one of them can have a chance to have a big game at any moment. Mm-hmm. It's not like once you stop one, you pretty much stop the other. Like so many focus in the past has been on AB. Yep. But now you don't have that, signature number one wide receiver. So they can do whatever they want with their wide receivers. Yeah. And that's why I feel Jags can win the game.
The thing you said, it's not that we don't want to run the ball. It's that we can't. We've been anemic. You literally hit the nail right on the head. The first 5 or 6 weeks, I would say up until the Tennessee game, we were running the hell out of the ball. James Conner had 3 games in a row before that Tennessee game where he was over 100 yards. He got to the Tennessee game and hit 81 yards or something like that. So it was like, you know what? We were moving the ball on the ground. We were doing enough. But since then, it's been atrocious. Like, I'm looking at James Conner's stats, 13 rushes for 36 yards. That's horrible. Like, we have suddenly forgotten how to run it. And I said it last week. I don't blame James Conner for that. I blame James Conner and the offensive line and whoever else is back there running. The holes don't open. If the holes aren't there for him to hit, he's not going to hit the holes. And I don't know if his defense is saying, hey, we're going to take away the run and make them pass on us. It could absolutely be that. But I don't feel like it is. I feel like they come with their front 4, and our front 5 is just not moving them. And so then we have to go to the pass.
You did make points. But like I said, I know I'm a fan, so I'm not being biased right now. Mm-hmm. But, Tennessee has a method, not a method to their madness. I don't care. You could put, all 12 in the box. And the assistant coach can go get the popcorn man and put him in the box. We still going to give it to Derrick Henry. We're going to run it.
Hey, but I've actually been reading up the last 3 games. Y'all have not been running the ball like you ran in the first 6 games. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that.
Man, I'm going to tell you why that is. I was so ashamed of our defense since the Steelers game.
Yes.
Yo, I'm like, first of all, us letting Beasley go, I thought we really had something when we signed Beasley. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, we got him on a 1-year deal. He's going to try to prove that what he did in Atlanta wasn't a fluke. Y'all shouldn't let me go. And then we signed Clowney, which I'm going to go on record. I did not like the signing of Clowney for that amount of money. To me, he has become, I guess he's living on a name.
Yeah.
Don't shoot the messenger, but I feel like he's been living on one play his whole NFL career, and that's the play he made in college.
Oh, yeah, when he hit the dude, stripped the ball.
He has the ability to, make some ruckus in there, but you're not fearing him like you would feel a Watt brother.
No.
You're not fearing him like you'll fear a Mac coming off the end.
Yep.
You don't fear him like that.
Or Donald.
So for us to sign him at that price tag was like, okay, now we're reaching. But the more problem with us is the secondary. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But for you guys, if you guys continue just to keep throwing the ball, I think you guys are gonna add on about 2 or maybe 3 more losses. And I don't care what it is, you gotta do something to start running the ball again.
And we are, and I feel like what they're going to end up having to do is exactly what you said. We have to run. We know we can't just put it all on Ben all season long, even though Ben has 22 touchdowns and 4 picks. Just wanted to make sure I put that out there. Ben is looking good, but the threat of the run.
I wonder how he got most of those picks, though.
It was in one of those wins. One of those wins he got. One of those nine wins or whatever the number is. But you're right.
I do that.
We do have to run the ball. We have to find ways, and it may not be by James Conner running. It may end up being by wide receiver sweeps, tight end sweeps. We got to get our linemen, get the defensive linemen moving, or at least get them to a point where our line can just shield and block. Because clearly we're not blowing anyone off the line. If you looked at that game against the Ravens where we needed 3rd and 2 to run this game out, and we line up, they were in the backfield by the time Conner got the ball. And it was like when teams know we're going to run, they're waiting. And our offensive line is not those dogs that'll blow people out. They're better pass protectors than they are run blockers, which is why Ben's having such a great season, but we're not able to run the ball. We absolutely do need to run the ball. And we also need to, in order to win this game, I said it last week, I'm going to say it again, not commit to the run. Commit to the run, but if you see it's not working, you said the same thing. If something else is clicking, go with the other thing that's clicking. That's all I want us to do. If we line up and we see that they are going to stop the run, okay, let's go 5 wide. Because we can go 5 wide with anybody, and I dare somebody to stop our 5 receivers with zone or man. Because even with Eric Ebron, who has been looking a lot better than I thought he was going to look, he has come up with really big catches. Now we talked about that. What do you think the final score of this game is going to be, Mr. I can't root for the Steelers and all that other stuff?
Jaguars winning. And damn, what the score is. I don't care what the score is. Jaguars winning.
Oh my God.
Like I said, it depends on. I know what team's going to show up from Pittsburgh. I don't know what team's going to show up from Jacksonville. But like I said, if the same Jacksonville team show up from last week that played at one time the undefeated Packers and to play them that well in Green Bay, even though it was no fans, but still it's Green Bay.
Right.
It's just a thing about it. I still think you guys are going to pull it out. Man, I'm going with, honestly, keeping it tight through halftime, but you guys pulling it out in the fourth quarter. I'm going 32-17.
Nice. Wow.
I think they're going to squeeze out two field goals, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. I think that's about all they're going to get.
I can see that too. We gave up 10 points to the Bengals. We gave up 7 points to the Browns. 17 feels like
Don't sleep on the Bengals, man. I said,
I wasn't
sleeping on the Bengals. Yeah, you did. I remember that. I think you were talking with Shamel before the Browns game, and you said that, like, hey, the Bengals are not the same old Marvin Lewis Bengals.
Yep, they are not.
They're gonna need about a year or two.
That's what I said last week. Yep. Yeah. I respect the Bengals now because, one, they have a better record than Jacksonville. They've won 2 games. But Joe Burrow has that team with a different kind of swag than they had before. So I'm not even saying, you only need that one piece. The quarterback touches the ball every single play on offense. So if you have that guy that makes you feel like, we can go toe-to-toe with anybody, you just see the Bengals look like, even though they don't have a great record, they have 4 games that were decided by 7 points or less. 4. So if you just split that, they could be 4-4.
Every loss is not created equal.
Right.
Every win is not created equal.
Absolutely. So I'm really looking at this game out of respect for Jacksonville, out of respect for what we've seen this team do on the road. I am going to say 24-17. I do like your 2 touchdowns in the field goal idea. I do like Jacksonville keeping it close for halfway through the game and then us pulling away in the fourth quarter because we have not started well any game. We start most of our games with a punt.
Excuse me.
We have not.
Excuse me. Y'all jet rocked our game. Y'all came out to shoot.
That was the first game of the season that we scored an opening drive. No, 1 out of 9 games. 1 out of 9 games. And that was the first time in 2 seasons, bro. 2 seasons.
Should have lost. That's what it was. The game should have lost.
But yes, I've seen it 24-17.
I'm on the same page as you this time.
Yeah.
Last time I couldn't do that. No, I had to go kill myself after that. But yeah, definitely. I'm with you on that. I think because when I look at Jacksonville, I just see an organization that was right there.
Yeah.
And then they kind of just blew up everything. They have a nice core of young wide receivers.
They do.
The record is not going to show it because, of course, their quarterback has not been there. The quarterback they do has been hurt. But from what I've been seeing, not just this year, even last year, they have a good young core of wide receivers. And then the Robinson cat, the running back, he's a rookie.
Yeah. I got Robinson on my fantasy team. I picked him up.
He does not play like a rookie. He does not run like a rookie.
He doesn't.
But I think, like I said, you guys are going to pull that out and, look forward to watching the game between you guys and Baltimore on Thursday.
Man, I am so looking forward.
In Pittsburgh this time?
This is in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they coming for y'all.
Bro, I feel like I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm going to save that for my show next Wednesday, but I feel like, man, if we should not have won. The way we played that game against Baltimore, we should not have won that game. And
they have not been playing well.
I feel like what happens after teams get up to play us, and then after they play us,
they're gonna definitely be up to play you guys, especially coming off of a confident game they had against Green Bay.
They got up to play Green Bay.
I'm not even gonna lie. I see it brewing, man. I can see something brewing. Not saying they're gonna beat you guys, but I can definitely see. They're coming off even though it was a loss, they had a very good showing, a very good game, and right there to win it. You guys just coming off a game where it was like, we did win, but it could have been things we could have done better. Absolutely. But you also know who you got on Thursday with Baltimore coming to town. So it's like you don't want to look too far forward because you know you got the game, but you know what's on a short week.
Yeah, on a short week.
Yeah, I can see definitely you guys, if you're up, pulling all your starters in the fourth quarter.
And if we pull our starters, I'm good with that. That means we're up that much. But I'm also kind of feeling exactly what you said. I feel like we're going to get every team's best punch. And the fact that we haven't lost yet, it makes me nervous. I'm fully like, I hope we get to 12-0 and start sitting people. I need some other teams to lose because I want us to lock in the number 1 seed and rest people. I'm nervous at the fact that we haven't lost yet because it's like the expectation just keeps mounting week after week. And the top's got to come off at some point. Like, I know I saw us going, we still got another game.
Gonna make it to 12.
What? Dude.
I don't think y'all going to make it to 12.
I know we're going to make it to 10. That's what I'm looking at right now. We're going to get this win this week, 24-17. And we're going to go.
1 week I need for sure. I need y'all to take care of them coats for me, all right? I need y'all to take care of them damn coats for me. I ain't worried about the Jaguars or the Texans. I didn't take it. Man, that was a bad showing from us last Thursday.
Watch that.
Horrible.
I watched that. I turned it on when they blocked the punt and ran it back. I was like, well, this was unexpected. It was, it just went.
Rob, I don't remember the last time I cut off a Titans game where it was just the Titans, unless it was like too late, like a Monday night game. It gets to like 11. You know what? I'm gonna go to bed. They kind of whatever. But I turned the game off. I can't do this. I can't do this.
I don't blame you, man. I do not blame you. CP.
It's been a pleasure, bro.
Absolutely.
I can always do this again.
Absolutely, man. Have a great night, bro. Again, I appreciate you joining. We're going to talk again soon, man. Well, that is our show for this week, everyone. I want to thank CP once again for joining me this week. And it's always a pleasure when we can sit down and talk about football. And I can't wait until we get to do it again. And I also want to thank all of you, the viewers who watch this show every week. I absolutely appreciate you. It means a lot to me that you tune in. And I hope you'll tune in again next week and tell your friends about it as we talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens, this time in Pittsburgh on Thanksgiving Day. It's going to be a great game. This is a division game, and we have a chance to go 2-0 on the Ravens, get the season sweep, and hold on to the #1 seed, and also give them 4 losses, which will make a huge difference come playoff time. But you got to get past this game first, and after that, you'll see where we stand next week. Have a great week, everyone. Be safe, and I will see you next week right here on The Rebuttal. Take care.